to be executed for a crime I didn't commit. Not this time. My name was Ilara, the Villainess, framed by the benevolent Crown Prince Alistair. As the axe fell, my life didn't end. It reset. I awoke as Yuna, my younger self, years before my tragic end. The game had restarted, but this time I wasn't playing their game. I was flipping the whole board over. Forget love, forget betrayal, forget the plot. My new obsession. The kingdom's finances. If the prince wanted to be a saint, I'd show everyone the real price of his halo. My revenge would be an audit. The royal court was a viper's nest of flattery and hidden debts, all circling the radiant Prince Alistair. While he charmed the masses with grand speeches, I saw the rot beneath. I needed to expose it. I walked into the throne room, head held high, and petitioned the king for a full audit of the crown's expenditures, specifically the prince's charitable projects. Murmurs erupted. The king, intrigued by my audacity, agreed. Across the room, I saw her Duchess Isabella, a woman whose silks were woven from the prince's corrupt dealings. Her eyes, sharp as obsidian, watched me, a cruel, knowing smile playing on her lips. She thought I was a fool. I was about to prove her very, very wrong. The royal archives were a disaster, a deliberate maze of chaos designed to hide the truth. Decades of ledgers and scrolls were piled to the ceiling, covered in dust and neglect. This was my first battlefield, and I was losing. That's when I found him, a junior scribe named Leo, nearly buried under a stack of books. He was terrified of me, the infamous daughter of a disgraced house, but he possessed a brilliant mind for order. He saw the pattern in the chaos. I told him my goal not just to sort records, but to unravel a conspiracy. The fear in his eyes was replaced by a flicker of determination. Secretly, he became my greatest ally, his timid hands sorting through years of lies. My progress didn't go unnoticed. Duchess Isabella, whose fortune was directly tied to the prince's schemes, began her counterattack. Suddenly, key ledgers I needed went missing. Witnesses I planned to interview were abruptly reassigned to the farthest corners of the kingdom. It was no longer just an audit. It was a war of sabotage. I had a very real, very powerful enemy actively working against me. The court was no longer just a backdrop. It was a minefield, and Isabella was laying the traps. Meanwhile, Prince Alistair continued his charade, opening another lavish orphanage for the cameras, while siphoning funds behind the scenes. To add to the pressure, the king assigned Captain Valerius of the Royal Guard to observe my audit. His official duty was my protection, but I knew the truth. He was a royal watchdog, there to report my every move. Valerius was a man carved from stone, his face a mask of cynical duty. He watched my late nights in the archives with disdain, clearly dismissing me as a petulant noblewoman on a whim. But my relentless pace, the sheer obsession in my work, began to chip away at his indifference. His watchful eye was becoming something more interested. Leo was my secret weapon, while the court saw me as a lone, failing woman. Leo was in the archives, his mind a whirlwind of dates, names, and numbers. He showed me the patterns I'd been missing, inflated invoices for building materials that were never delivered, payrolls for ghost employees who never existed. It was a masterpiece of fraud, and with Leo's help, we were pulling on the threads. He defined a supply order from 5 years ago and cross-referenced it with a transport manifest ID found, proving the discrepancy. He wasn't just my assistant, he was the key that unlocked the entire conspiracy. One night, deep in the archives, I finally isolated the linchpin, the prince's private ledger, the one document that would connect him directly to the fraud. As I worked, a shadow fell over my desk. It was Captain Valerius, working late, my lady. He asked, his voice laced with suspicion. I could have hidden my work, but I chose a different path. I slid a single document across the table, an irrefutable receipt showing royal funds, being used to purchase luxury goods for a private villa. I didn't ask for his help. I simply said the prince's benevolence is quite specific. I watched his eyes scan the page, and for the first time I saw a crack in his stone-faced loyalty. A seed of doubt was planted. With Valerius's suspicion growing and Isabella closing in, I knew I had to act fast. The prince's private ledger was my only target. Direct assault was impossible. It required stealth. Leo, my timid scribe, became my lookout. His terror was palpable, but his loyalty was stronger. While he kept watch, heart pounding in his chest, I slipped through the darkened palace corridors. I picked the lock on Prince Alistair's private study, my hands steady. The room was opulent, a monument to his stolen wealth. After a frantic search, I found it a small coded book hidden within a hollowed-out tome on political ethics. The irony was sickening. I had the smoking gun. I called for a special session of the Royal Council. The air was thick with tension. Duchess Isabella sat near the front, her expression a mask of bored confidence. She believed I had nothing. I began calmly, laying out the data Leo and I had compiled. The inflated invoices, the ghost workers. With each piece of evidence, whispers filled the hall. I saw Isabella's composure begin to fray, her fan fluttering faster. The prince stood, laughing off my claims as the ravings of a bitter woman. "Where is your proof?" he sneered. At that precise moment, the chamber doors opened. Captain Valerius strode in. He wasn't there to arrest me. He turned to the king and presented a sworn statement from a quartermaster, confirming the diversion of royal steel. His testimony, his public shift in allegiance, sent a shockwave through the room. Then I played my final card. I unrolled the blueprint for the prince's charity hospital and laid the plans for his secret luxury palace right over it. The dimensions matched perfectly. Silence. The king, his face a storm of fury and betrayal, gave the order. Arrest him. Prince Alistair was dragged away, screaming his innocence. Duchess Isabella, implicated by the ledgers, was detained right behind him, her mask of arrogance finally shattered. The council chamber erupted, not with condemnation for me, but with cheers. I wasn't the villainess anymore, I was their savior. My first act was to formally appoint Leo as the head of the new Office of Financial Integrity. The timid scribe was now one of the most powerful men in the kingdom. Across the room, Captain Valerius caught my eye. He gave a single, sharp nada salute of respect from one agent of order to another. My old life was gone. This new path, with Leo by my side, was just beginning. We weren't just fixing the books, we were rebuilding a kingdom, one number at a time. Thanks for watching. Follow for more.